Looking for your next night out in Worcester? Tee Up Tap Room is the place to be. With 5 golf simulator bays, more than 20 dartboards, a full bar and kitchen, and leagues for both golf and darts running year-round, Tee Up is the go-to spot for competition and community. Swing by Tee Up Tap Room at 70 James Street in Worcester and see why it's the city's home for golf, darts, and good times.
Healed up relatively quickly. Now he is back in action here, wanting to make a splash in Week 7. Able to find a single bowl there. So, again, it's a pool party. The whole point of a pool party is to get in the pool. And Ron not able to, get in the water here. So a man who is so used to, being around the ocean, being around large bodies of water, not wanting to get into the pool there. And Nick will be leading off here in our semifinal. We'll see what Nick Soldo can do here. First 2 darts not looking so great. A big 5. Big reaction from the sure shot. Unfortunate way to lead off there. And Ron looking to follow up. Able to find 2 triples. Looking for a full spread. Can't find it. Nick Soldo looking for a little bit of redemption here on the second visit to the board. So tough when you lead off with a big visit like a 5. Really does wonders for your mental game. But Nick, I know for sure, will not be too fazed by that. He has been in plenty of these types of situations where maybe you don't get off the line in the best of circumstances, but again, he's been here, there, everywhere, so it's not going to bother him. Ron Sargent certainly looking mighty fierce tonight. He was averaging, I want to say, above 80 for the majority of the game against Berto, and only really dropped when it came down to outs. So Ron certainly in his element tonight. Nick trying to get dialed in here, only able to find a correction with that single 19. So unfortunate, only finding 40. But looks like Ron might be a little discombobulated here, making it look a little tough to try and find the trip 20. You can see from the reaction there of Ron Sargent, he wasn't even quite sure what's going on. So Nick, well within range here, wants to fill it up. Second dart goes well wide. Third dart looking for the correction. Able to put 2 in there, so a solid 1-2-1 from Nick Soldo. The sure shot looking sure of that score. And Ron Sargent not looking so sure of his darts right now. Not able to find the big correction downstairs. Not able to find it with the third either. So Nick Soldo, it's not a stellar average of 56.50, but it's enough to stay in front so far. First dart's in there. Looks beautiful. Second dart again goes wide, but plenty of space. Looks like he's only able to grab 83 there. So Nick playing some great stuff, finding these darts when he needs them. And Ron sitting all the way back at 3-3-1. First triple is found here for Ron, though, as he looks to get his campaign underway. Only able to find, I believe, 97. Yep, 97. So Nick Soldo now sitting at 192. Huge opportunity to really land himself on a nice out if he can continue. Find more of those 2 in there. He wants to do it for the style points, and he doesn't do it for the style points, but he hits a big 140. That would have been nice if he was able to find it. Ron Sargent again all the way back on 2-3-4, not able to get himself down to something workable even. In the ton actually does save him, drops him down to 134. So now Nick Soldo, 52. 12 or 20. He's probably going to go 12. Up to double 20 now. Wants a small correction down. And able to find it with the third dart. So Nick Soldo not messing around. 3 darts needed. Hovering around a 70 average here in the opening leg. Nick Soldo showing up to play. And Ron Sargent, maybe if his cage hadn't been rattled against Berto in that second set, maybe Nick can get the job done here with a couple more visits like that. Ron able to pick up the big ton. What can Nick do to answer? Not able to find anything useful with those first 2 darts. Not even able to save it with a switch down to those 19s. So tough visit there from Nick Soldo, but he was able to recover after hitting a big 5. But Ron looking like He's had enough of the fun and games. No more entertainment for tonight. You're welcome to eat dinner, but you're not welcome to stay and be entertained, says Ron, looking to kick Nick out of his game. And Nick, unfortunate, might be looking at another, well, that's another 5 pound for Nick Soldo. Again, there's a smile, there's a shake of the head, but I know it's pure frustration. He just can't believe what's going on, and Ron not looking at slowing down, able to find the big ton here, and Nick, after 2 visits to the board, still stuck in the 400. So, looking to find something to build the confidence. Second dart well outside. Third dart not able to find anything, so only finding 32, I believe, with those 3 darts. And Mr. Ron the Dreamboat Sargent, 161, won't go here. And looks like he is just going to try and find one in there. Can't do it, only finding 45. So both guys not giving us their best stuff here. These averages have swung wildly in the favor of Nick in the first leg and now in the favor of Ron here in the second leg. Finally able to pick up a trip 20 here. Nick Soldo able to find 81, so that will do well to drop his score down. But Ron all the way down at 116, so a little too late, unfortunately, for the sure shot. And Ron won't have it go this time, but not under any pressure to really force it, so doesn't have to do much other than just knock the score down for right now in a comfortable manner that he sees suit for him. Nick looking to try and grab that 20, but not sure what's going on with these darts, actually. He might be using converted soft-tip darts, given the way that these darts are bouncing off one another, but I have to ask him about it after the match. Ron looking at double 20. Wants to bring that a little low. Minor adjustment needed. Not able to grab it, so Ron starting to be frustrated, starting to do some dances here on the way to pick up his darts. And Nick, again, even though there's no pressure on Ron to find it, he just wants it for his own sake. Able to squeak a second dart into that triple 20 segment. Not able to grab 2, only able to find 83. So, good find there for Nick, but Ron, double 10 needed. Finds the big 6, so now it's starting to get awkward, folks. Double 7 needed. Just outside. Ron does not want to make this weird, and he doesn't. He keeps it steady. Finds the big double 7, finds the big 14.
Balboni Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards to accessories and apparel, they're the one-stop shop for any player looking to stock up or upgrade. Whether you're stepping up to the line for the first time or competing for trophies and checks, Balboni Darts is the store that the champion selects.
So now we have a tied set, ladies and gentlemen. Nick was well behind there, sitting all the way back at 230, but now new game. And I certainly know that Nick, when he gets going, his game is pretty dang good. Only able to find, I believe, 60. No, 45. So that third dart was pushed outside by those flights. And Ron looking for the correction now. I don't think that second dart's in, excuse me. Not able to grab it with the third. So both guys off to a slower start here in this third leg. And what can Nick Soldo do? The sure shot. Again, when he's on, his darts are sound. Looking like he doesn't like the angle, wants to go downstairs. And I think Nick is actually one of the better players here in the WPL. When they don't like the look on the 20s, they more often convert on going down to those 19s. So might be seeing a lot more of that later tonight as this game develops. Ron only able to pick up another 43, so mid-40s visit. Will not be happy with those darts. Nick Soldo again in front by just a few points, looking to convert into a solid visit here, only able to find big numbers. 59 is found there for the sure shot. Ron Sargent looking to catch back up, electing to avoid the 20s altogether. Not happy with the way it's gone so far, and Ron, well, there might be a mutiny aboard the USS Dreamboat from what it seems. Internal troubles on deck, as Ron is not able to find consistent darts here, so questionable what's going on with Ron. Maybe he just needs to take a breath, reset. But in the meantime, Nick is going to start to hammer away with increasingly bigger visits here. So great visit from Nick just to push the ball forward. And if Ron can't find something soon here, he might start to feel the pressure and the smile. That's a nervous smile, nervy smile here from the Dreamboat. Nick starting to build this lead out, starting to smell blood in the water. Wants to keep these darts steady, able to do so with the big three. Not happy that he couldn't convert at least a ton, but bringing his score closer. Ron finds the big first dart. Two in there like laser beams. Not able to find the 140. Third dart. I don't believe you could fit anything else, not even an atom, in the space left over. And a unfortunate second dart there from Nick Soldo, finding 64, so he will bring his score down to a baby fish. But Ron, still no pressure unless he can find at least one. Well, a different triple than that. That's tough. Wants another triple. Able to find the 54 there with that third dart, so a little bit of a curious choice, but it does knock his score down quite considerably. And now a very gettable 130. I've seen him take it out before with my own eyes. That is a great marker. Able, double pull. Oh, that would have been a spectacular take from the sure shot, grazing the outer ring of that single bull as Ron lines up for 103. So 84 remaining now for the Dreamboat. Wants, well, triple 20, double 14. Sorry, triple 14. Finds it, so double 12. Not able to convert on it. My goodness, so close there. Nick Soldo, 25, just needs a correction. 9. Finds 12, so 13 remaining now. And that is I believe that's a bust. Yeah, he accepts his fate. That's unfortunate. So unlucky there for Nick. Not able to find the big numbers when he needed it most. And Ron, well, more chances here to find double 12. Well high, needs to find the correction. Really doesn't want to miss here. Pulls it inside, so now double 6 needed. This can get nervy and awkward real quick if Ron is not able to find it here and now. And he pulls it outside? Inside? It's outside, so only able to find 12. Nick, another chance at 25. Finds the 9, double 8. Needs to walk it in. And he's able to pick it up, so Nick Soldo is now playing for the set. Stunning Ron Sargent, who is not sure how he ended up here in this place, in this date, time, era. But now we know that Ron does not know where he is, but he is angry. And he wants to hit big numbers now. The 140 to lead off the line for the Dreamboat. It's starting, folks. Ron starting to get emotionally invested in this game. Does not want to drop a set to Nick. Does not want to give this man any sniff of the playoffs. Wants his season to be done here and now. And Nick only able to find 60. Amber in the chat saying, let's go, sure shot. Cheering Nick on. Ron not able to follow up on the big visit, so maybe blinded by his rage. Giving opportunities for the sure shot to try and find some big numbers of his own. That's a great second dart. And able to find at least another steady third, so 81. Will drop his score down to 360. Ron slightly ahead, 322 with a beautiful first start. Oh my goodness, 180 incoming. Not able to convert on it, only picking up 140. But still, Ron is sprinting towards the finish, and Nick cannot afford to hit anything other than a ton plus here to try and keep up. Only able to find 60, so Ron Sargent looking to hold his throw with another big visit here to knock his score down into outshot range. Cannot afford to mess about here. Needs to keep him steady. And the caster's curse. I'm so sorry, Ron. You can blame that on me there. Sorry. But now, again, been rather weird set here as both guys have found themselves miles in front of each other and just finding some awkward visits. But Ron Sargent in range first. Nick, very tough, 27 locked in there. 117 remaining now for Ron. Going downstairs, it seems. Picks up 19, so 96 remaining, I believe. Not able to find any triples of value there. 59 punched in. And Nick Soldo, my caster math was wrong, so apologies, folks. Oh, man. Nick looking for at least a steady ton. Can't find it, even a triple 19. So as Ron looks to hunt down this 78, double trouble, he will look to keep that at bay. 54 found for 24 left. Well high, needs to bring it in with this third dart. Able to find it, so Ron tying it up. Nick, again, that wasn't his hold. It was Ron's hold of throw. So Nick has the hold of throw here for the set. If he can just keep it steady, just keep his darts in line here, even a 60 will do, and he's able to secure that, I believe. Yes, indeed, folks. So Ron under pressure now to at least, well, when you can do it in the first dart, why do you need 3? Second dart just above, not able to find 2 in there, only able to find a ton. So a good response here from Ron Sargent, keeping Nick, the sure shot, honest here as he looks to pick up more points with his second visit. Nick dropping those darts low, not able to find anything good, only picking up 41 points to drop his score down to an even 400. And Ron Sargent now, great guide if he can hold the line, does find the correction. And another ton, back-to-back tons here for the Dreamboat, starting to get his engines fired up, starting to set sail, getting some air in those, sails that he has on that beautiful boat of his. Nick looking to drop one in there for at least a ton, just goes a little low. So not over here, 340 to 301. Nick still chasing, in pursuit. But as I was saying in the game between Joe and Mike, Ron, 3 tons in a row. It can be rather disheartening if you have to be playing from behind every single visit. Ton 40, a ton will do Nick a lot of good here if he can find it. Another 41 will unfortunately poison the water, make it even more difficult as these gaps start to grow here. Ron looking to try and keep it steady, going downstairs now, not able to grab the trip 19, only finding 59. So tough visit there, but still pushing well in front. First dart is just hanging above that triple bed. Needs another one, and they're going downstairs instead. Can't find it, so 99 locked in will leave him a steady 200. But Ron Sargent already looking at 142. Not able to find triple 18, so 107. Well, he does find 54. So that will bring his score down to 88. Nick, huge opportunity if he can find at least a ton. Oh, the second dart finding its way into that trip 1, shake of the head. That's all that Nick needs to communicate to everybody tuning in. Not happy with that. We'll leave him an out, but 157 is an outside chance. 48 found for Ron, so 2 darts at double 20. Needs to find the correction again. Second dart burned. Third dart burned. So Nick Soldo for a stunning 157 take. It has to go. Can he find it? Lines up for the shot. Not able to find the first dart. Second dart well low as well. And really not able to make a dent in that 157. Ron, 3 darts at double 20. And the first set goes into the ledger books of the Dreamboat. Nick Soldo had two opportunities to lock that set down, but Ron firing up the engines, getting wind in those sails, getting his crew, who was on the verge of mutiny in those first couple of legs, back in line, back under his steady command here. And Ron, looking to have steady command of this second set, does not want to have it be as nervy or chaotic as that first set was. So he looks to, again, lead off the line here with another solid ton. So great darts from Ron, really finding some consistency after struggling early. Nick finding a beautiful first dart. Second dart again doing him a lot of harm. And only finding 62. So after finding that line right off the rip with that first dart, not able to keep it steady. And 2 in there for Ron Sargent, showing Nick how it's done. Not able to convert on the 180, but the ton 40 will do nicely. And scoreboard update for everybody. Joe Ricard is currently leading 1-0 on Mark Rudge. Nick finding the big ton himself, dropping his score down at 339. So great darts there from Nick, who has been struggling to find consistent darts here. Ron, another first dart in that bed. And not able to find a ton 40, but I believe that's another ton, and it'll drop his score down to 161, so already within range after 9 darts. Nick not able to find a big second, not able to find a big third, so the consistency is key here. The WPL, and the consistency or lack of it will kill you in the end. Ron not able to find, well, I'm not even sure where that dart was going, excuse me. It seems to be right in the middle of the trip 19 and the trip 17. So if that dart was going haywire, well, it went haywire by quite a wide margin. Ron not happy with that third dart either, so opportunities now for Nick with a big 180 to drop the score potentially within range. But the first dart will blow up that hope and dream. And he can't convert on the third dart either, so only finding 40. This is getting pretty tough now. Ron looking to try and knock down this 94 in 2. He grabs 12, so a little weird. Leaves himself 82, so trip 14 required. Still plenty of time. Can go double bull if he wants to feel frisky. Fortunately, won't go. So 14 will leave him 68 now. So a solid 20 will do nicely. Can only set himself up now. And tries to go for the 18. So not sure why he wanted the 18. I mean, you still have to burn a dart on the next visit regardless. But, I mean, 48's a good leave. So why not try it? Nick first dart into the 18s, I believe. Second dart into the trip 1. And third dart finding its way into the 1 again. So 4. So 22 found, I believe. And Ron, 67 now. Looking for trip 17. Has 50 left. So 18. Oh, and that is a bust, ladies and gentlemen. So Ron finding some rocks here in this, in these coastal waters. Not able to pull his boat ashore. Some rough turbulence, but Nick Soldo, another dart into that 1 segment. Finds a big second here, so 2 in there. Might be worthwhile. Only able to pick up 81. So in range now. Ron cannot afford to keep missing as Nick is, well, he's far away from shore, but you can still see him. Now 1 dart at double 16. To avoid some awkward drama, and he can't get it done, so Ron potentially may not be coming back if Nick can put these darts into the correct combination. Not able to get it done with that first dart, so only looking to bring it down. Second dart into the trip 5 segment. And he is able to secure himself a big triple 20 with that third dart. 94 found here for the sure shot. 59 remains, but would rather have Ron 16. 3 darts at double 8. Inside again, so now going across to double 4. Outside, so correction needed. And outside again, Nick Soldo from about 30 miles out is now looking to come to the docks and tie his vessel in the spot of the dreamboat where Ron should be. And he's able to get it done. Look at the roar there from Nick Soldo.
Since 2014, U.S. Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. From embroidered polos to customized uniforms and fan gear, they have the expertise and the people to do it all. Their catalog includes spirit wear, athletic equipment, and promotional items. From mugs and golf balls to jackets and hoodies, everything is branded to your specifications. For gear that works as hard as you do, trust in U.S. Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
He knows that was an outside chance converted on Ron's mistakes, but he does not let Ron get away with another one. And sometimes that's all it comes down to. You just have to be able to tell your opponent, you better not miss, because I'm coming for you, buddy. And again, well, Nick not able to convert a good momentum leg previous into a good start. Only able to pick up 9, and Ron looking to certainly punish that with an 81 of his own doing. So now Nick looking to focus up here. Wants to try and get his mind back in order. Focus on the task at hand. Can't keep relying on Ron to, struggle to tie his boat to the docks. And looks like he's not able to grab. Looks like he is able to grab a triple 20 there. That third dart squeaking its way in. Great third. Ron looks like that second dart has been pushed out into the single 5. Able to pick up that triple 20. So 85 found. I'm going to end the poll right here now because we are at a dead 50-50. So we'll see who's right. Again, Ron has been playing. Well, he's shown some excellent stuff tonight, and he has shown excellent darts all season. So what an upset it would be if Nick was able to find a game in the last week against the Dreamboat. Anything can happen here at the Worcester Premier League. And Ron, well, looking to keep things more the same. The boring route, would you will, but Ron wants those points. He wants as many points as he can get. I think with the first round win, I think he's secured himself first place overall. But it doesn't matter. He wants everything he can get, and I can't blame him for it. Nick not able to grab a triple 20, only able to grab 60. So now dead heat, 310. Why start at 501? Well, we can start on the same number halfway through halfway through 501, just about. And only able to pick up 60. So now this game is starting to get weird, folks. It's starting to really have this weird feeling where both guys, they've shown some greatness, but it's nervy. It's just awkward. And Nick looking to try and convert with that second dart, not able to grab a third one. But great visit nonetheless, 96, leaping in front of the Dreamboat. 250 now here for Ron. Wants some big numbers here. Another 60 might leave him extremely frustrated, but is able to find the ton. So Ron first to a finish, 150. But Nick, if he can find a big ton of his own, will leave himself a very favorable finish, staying on those 19s. Looks like he's staying on it, not able to pick up a triple. Trying to split those first two darts, but not able to get it done. And Ron now will not be finding 150. Can only look to set up, doing some quick mental math. And that is a awkward second dart there. Really, really unlucky. And Ron taking a big step back to do some math here. He has 119 remaining, I believe. So going downstairs to the 19s, maybe staying up. Tried to find the bull for his own sake, but I believe he leaves himself 110. Caster math could be wrong here. Does find 30, so 120, excuse me. Wait, I don't think that's right. Nope, he does leave himself 110, so hey, we're getting it. We're figuring it out, folks. Congratulations, me, for doing good math. And Nick able to find the first part of the combo. Second part found for 157. No, he knew it. He almost had it. Oh, my God, Nick, that would have been crazy if he was able to find that. And now Ron looking to try and convert, 90 left. Can't find it, so Nick will be coming back with more opportunities. Oh, my goodness, you could tell by the reaction from Nick, the 157, how badly he wanted it. Going up for 3 darts at double 20. Needs to walk it down. And able to do so with the second dart here. Nick is now playing for the set. Jeff from the UK says good stuff, tuning in from the UK. It's good to always hear from our neighbors across the pond. Great quality of stream and excellent commentary. Thank you, sir. We're so happy that you're tuning in, getting some enjoyment here from our lovely little stream. We have some great guys, great players. And again, thank you for being here, Jeff. Ron leading off with a big 140. Nick now looking to try and follow up with a big visit of his own, but he's hunting for triples now. Can't get it done. Another poor visit right at the start of the leg here for Nick. I believe he's done that about 4 or 5 times now, which is just not good. Not good for the mental confidence, not good for the mental game, and Ron able to pick up another ton 40. So back-to-back ton 40 visits, roaring ahead. Nick, well, the first dart does look great. Second dart, I'm not sure exactly where that went. Block hit by the flights, but spray and pray here seems to be the strategy of the sure shot. He can be sure that he can hit the board if he just keeps chucking them, but again, we're looking for precision here, and we certainly know that Nick is able to producing precision. Try saying that 5 times fast. My goodness, tripping all over myself here with my words. So Nick Soldo, 4:10 remaining. Ron Sargent all the way down at 166. And Nick, not a happy camper here with that visit. Just hasn't been a good leg. And sometimes that happens, You can try extremely hard, try and find something worthwhile, and the darts just don't want to cooperate. It seems to always happen when I go and throw my darts. They just never seem to go where I want them to. But, we always come back for more, and Nick coming back with 389 now. More or less trying to find the corrections that he needs to straighten out his arm for the next leg, as Ron sitting all the way down the line at 106. Heavily favored to take this leg. 86 remains now for the Dreamboat. Not able to find that big trip 18, but he will stay there just to leave himself an even 50. No pressure coming from Nick Soldo, so he can get away with that for now. And again, Nick's already thinking about the next leg, I can already tell. I don't know if those darts are the same darts that Nick has thrown in previous weeks, actually. The way that they're bobbling, I am convinced that they are soft tip points, as Ron looks for double 16 now. Needs to pull it inside. Can't get it done. Some more double trouble for the Dreamboat. They're not soft tip points. Let's make a correction here. I believe they are converted soft tip darts, and he has, I think they're called 180 reflex points on them, which causes them to bobble a little bit when they hit the board. They are extremely thin points. I mean, they are just about syringe thin. And they can really group well. And Nick has unfortunately been struggling to group his darts all night. Ron looking for the double 8, going again across the double 4. So really struggling on the left-hand side of the board. Ron Sargent able to pick up the double 4 right in the corner over there. My goodness, that was even close as well. So not a confident double here for the Dreamboat. Nick giving him a little bit of respect with the fist bump. So one opportunity gone for Nick to convert into a set win. But that was a hold-of throw for Ron, so it was expected for Ron to win that one. Nick getting off the line here in a reasonable manner. And now Ron cannot afford to not find a triple, and he only finds 45. So opportunity for Nick to really put on the pain. If he can find another triple, that might be a good dart to just try and guide the third one in there. Can't do it. 41's not a good follow. And a scoreboard update here, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Rudge finding a set against Joe Ricard. So that game is tied 1-1. More to come. We'll see who takes that one in just a few minutes' time here. Come back to this game. Ron Sargent finding 60, but not the darts that he wants that we've seen from him in previous legs here. And Nick able to pick up a big ton, able to find that big third dart. So a confidence booster for sure for the sure shot. And now Ron looking to try and bust down that confidence a peg or two. If he can find another one in there, may have squeaked it in, might be 95. It's a 140. So huge darts to get himself back in the lead and force Nick to keep on finding the red bit. First dart's in there. Second dart's a little high, but going downstairs, staying up, finds the big 140. Solid answer for Nick. And that is a call and an answer. And if there was going to be a doubt for Nick that Ron was, if there's going to be a doubt from Nick Soldo that he was going to fall behind that leg, that's a solid statement visit and looking to keep this going. I believe that's 12-5 maybe? Not sure. I'm going to assume it's a 12. So I do believe that's 51 scored based on Nick going downstairs, and that's correct. So 84 left. Ron, 196, big opportunity if he can find a good visit to leave himself something handy. And that second dart you could immediately tell after Ron released it that he was not happy with it. So huge opportunity now. 84 for Nick Soldo as he looks to try and take this out in 2 darts, double 12. Across to double 6. And he pulls it inside. So double 3 remaining now for Nick Soldo. A very awkward double 3. And Ron Sargent, the 156 will not go, so he can only set up 60 hit, 96 remaining. Ron eyeballing triple 20. I believe he's done the math in his head. So 76 remains now for Ron. Nick, does he go for the double 3 first? Does he go for 2? You feel like he has to go for 2 now, but he might be going straight at it. He does find it! Nick Soldo! Double 3! Wow! Oh my goodness, how many guys would go for the 2 first out, but they are not him. They're not Nick Soldo. Going straight at it and picking up a set against the Dreamboat. Wow! So now we get underway in our final deciding set here. Nick not able to get away with anything good, only finding 41. Ron looking to try and find that one lower, does find the ton. I don't think that Ron even understands how this game has gotten out of hand so quickly. I mean, the first set was pretty nervy. Nick doing very well to have a statement set in the previous one. And now he's starting to fire away. 81 picked up here from Nick Soldo. Ron is accustomed to having to battle, but I don't think he's accustomed to having to battle, well, Nick. Able to find a big ton there. My goodness. So, Ron, sorry, guys. I'm a little flustered. I didn't think he was going to go for that double 3, but, man, he just made it look good. So, Nick looking to try and keep this going. Third dart, not great there, only picking up 41. So, as this starts to develop, Ron Sargent, if he can find even a single triple, the hurt will start to pile on. Nick can't find triples of his own. Solid ton found there. Nick Soldo 3-3-8. Desperation darts now. Really needs them. And that's the wrong triple. Needs to move those slightly to the left, slightly down now. Can't grab it, only finding 28. Roll the head. Eyes to the sky. He knows it's no bueno. And now Ron looking to continue on running. He's the running man, as well as the Dreamboat. As he looks to drop down his score, can't pick up anything good. I believe that's 42 found, so ugly visit. Marooned on 159 Island, so very bad from the Dreamboat. It's an island full of cannibals, an island full of, man-eating crabs, bears, anything nasty, really. Ron trying to get away from this island as fast as he can, and he's able to do so. So 140 left now. Wants to find at least one triple 20 if he can. Not able to get it done, so will leave himself an even ton. But now Nick Soldo, again, if he can find even 100 points, 132, it's pressure. And that's a great first start. One more would be nice. Not able to find 2 in the trip 19 bed, but 95 knocks down the score within range. So Ron under pressure again. Nick doing very well to keep Ron honest in the back half of these legs. not able to convert on double-double, so able to pick up the solid 60. Nick, huge opportunity here for 137 to steal this leg. Can he get it done? Breathtaking. Sighting his target, and that first dart is a killer of hope. And it looks like he was able to find the correction on that third dart, but 47, leaving himself 90, having to rely on mistakes here of the Dreamboat. And I don't believe Ron's going to miss with the way that this game has gone. But down to double 10. And he's able to pick it up with that second dart. So Ron not messing about, finding the break here. And will now be looking to hold his throw. And more importantly, be looking to find 2 legs on the spin. If he has anything to say about it. With that, folks, I have a scoreboard update. Joe Ricard has held firm in the third set and taken out Mark Rudge 2-1. So Joe is in the finals, and with that, he has moved into second place here in the standings. So it'll be Ron and Joe first and second, securing first round buys in the WPL Season 3 playoffs. Congratulations, Joe. More to come. He will be facing the winner of this game. Nick able to pick up a solid ton off the line. Ron off to a little bit of a slower start. Not able to find the big darts. My goodness, it's right on the edge. And only picking up 55. Wow. So as the game has gone on, we've seen some wild swings in average. And things are starting to come closer together here. Nick looking for the 180. Does find the big 180. Look at the raw on display from Nick Soldo. The sure shot showing up and showing Ron that he means business unless Ron can find an answer of his own. Can't get it done. Able to pick up the big 1-2-3 call and answer. But Nick Soldo looking to keep this going now. First start into that one segment. Wants to move across. Finds the big trip 20. And able to pick up 81 down to outshot territory. Leaving himself 140. Ron Sargent, 287, needs to knock his score down by bigger chunks. Even a ton won't do. Can't get it done. So 227 remaining now to Nick's 140. Nick in a golden zone here. Ron will not be coming back next visit with darts at an out. 60 found will drop his score down to 80. So certainly manageable here for the sure shot, but doesn't want to wait around. As Ron, I believe, will get this knocked down by a considerable margin. Able to pick up 95, which I believe leaves him 132 to Nick's 80. So double-double, I know he's going to go for it. I knew he was going to go for it. And he gets punished for his hubris, but he will leave himself double 20 if Ron is not able to pick up 132. This is a tricky out. Bullseye first, not able to find it. So 113 remaining now. Unfortunately for Ron, no 2-dart combination available to him with 113. So can tell the frustration starting to build up here in the Dreamboat. Shake of the head, he knows it wasn't good. And Nick Soldo will be coming back here with darts to tie up this set at 1 leg apiece. Can he get it done? He just needs one in there. Going down to double 10. Needs to find the correction. And it's just inside. I can't believe that missed, but those points are razor thin. And the margin for error is even smaller. So now Ron, 84, able to find the critical first dart. Double 12 now, can't afford to miss. And it's well wide, the second one. And he brings it in the perfect amount. Little nod of the head there from Ron Sargent. He's able to lock that down. So a break and a hold for the Dreamboat. Nick has been playing some stellar stuff. But now Ron starting to pull ahead. Going to make Nick work exceptionally hard to reel him back in. He's not able to lead off here with a ton plus, only able to find 60. Ron Sargent sighting his target, wants to find a big visit to lead off with some gusto. Not able to do it, so both guys leading off with a 60. Nervy darts. Ron was all over it. Nick had to do some, more searching for the proper line. First dart is right there here. Second dart might be even closer than that, and the third dart goes high, so back-to-back 60s on a score. I know a lot of people that if they could just hit 60 every single time, they would be a very happy camper. For these guys, it just won't do. And Ron is able to pick up a big ton here to push the ball just that bit much further. And here comes Nick finding the immediate response with Love a Ton 40. Able to keep him straight and able to find the ton 40. So Ron finding the ton, Nick finding the ton 40. Ron has to find the answer if he wants to keep pace. Able to find a big triple there. And just grazing that trip 18 segment. My goodness, that was close. So both guys neck and neck down the line. Nick finding a huge first dart. Second dart might be a bit of a blocker. And just missing out on that third one. So Nick all the way down to an out first, 141. Ron needs to find at least one triple to try and keep pace. Critical triple now. He's not able to get it done. So Nick Soldo, 141. He's been in this position before this game where he's been ahead. But he wasn't able to get across the line first, 81 remaining now. Not able to find that critical second. 79 scored. Looks like he's able to find, 100? The weird way? 19? Trip 7? So a solid ton, but the weirdest way imaginable for Nick Soldo. He'll look to leave 32. Unless he wants to go for the correction on that one. Ron only able to find ton, so 84 left for the dreamboat Nick Soldo. 41. Which way is he going to correct? Double 20 needed. And a solid hold of throw there. Great 17 darter there from Nick Soldo to keep Ron at bay. But now he needs to find the break. He was able to find the hold to try and get this game back on throw. And I don't think Ron Sargent is going to let it be that easy. If he can sneak it into a ton, can't do it. Nick, if he can pick up a leg here and force it to go all the way, I genuinely don't know who's going to win. Nick Soldo looking to make the correction. That's a great guide if he can hold the line. Not able to get it done. Unlucky there from the sure shot. And now Ron Sargent, more opportunities to find the triple 20. He's been so reliable at finding it this season. He's able to pick up two huge darts there. 140 will really put the pressure on Nick, who needs to drop these darts in at least a ton. And he cannot get it done. He hooks it wide into the one segment, so disaster already as he falls about 100 points behind after 2 visits to the board. And now the onus is on Ron to just keep pace, just keep it steady. Even a 60 will do in this case, folks. As long as he can keep Nick at a distance, Nick needs to find these triples, can't afford to be all over it, and that's a great ton to build back some of the gap, but Ron still 60 points in front. Can't afford more darts like that. Needs to correct in quickly. And all of a sudden, Ron's starting to slow down. A big visit here from Nick and put him back in front. So on very rare occasions, we've seen this from Ron where under about 250, he has these weird hiccups. Not able to get down to an out quick enough. It's been him in games against Joe. It's been him in games against Tom. And he certainly doesn't want to have this happen here and now. Only able to find 60, but that's enough. Dropping his score down to 136. Nick Soldo down to 255, but needs a significant visit here. Looking for at least 95 minimum. Not able to grab it. Not satisfied with that third dart in the slightest, as it didn't even fall into the 19 segment. Ron, 116 remaining. It won't go, so he can only set up now with Love an even ton to leave himself double 18, but he will need more darts. So now, 76 remains for Ron. Nick has to put the pressure on here and now, and he knows it. And unfortunately, that second dart is just going to be again, I apologize to all the folks at home that can read lips. That was not family friendly, but unfortunately for Nick Soldo, didn't go the way he wanted. Ron only able to find 15, I believe, so 61 remaining, 25. Lining his target, not able to find 36. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he missed it. Wow, I don't even think there's a millimeter between the point and the wire. It was that close. And unfortunately for Nick, it looks like after a valiant effort and a valiant display of his darting abilities, Ron Sargent going to take a deep breath. He's going to sight his target, and he's going to have another trip to the finals. And he does find it with that first dart. So Nick, unfortunately, only able to pick up 2 points from the bye.
Looking for a way to support the Worcester Premier League directly? Check out our coffee page. Every dollar donated goes right back into the league, helping us cover operations and build a bigger prize pool for the players. Your support makes it possible for us to keep the WPL growing season after season. Once again, your donation helps us keep the competition thriving and the darts flying. Visit our page at coffee.com/WPL darts to make a contribution today.